Hey guys, and welcome back to Brawl Stars, and today we are going to be finally pushing up to 10,000 trophies in Brawl Stars. It's been a while here in terms of videos, but I'm getting back to the preparation, and I've been working on Brawl Stars a fair bit. So hopefully we can continue to make great content on this game. And honestly, I was spending some time thinking about the content I wanted to make, and I've been playing Brawl Stars probably still most consistently more than any other game currently. So probably going to continue with some Brawl Stars stuff because I do seem to be playing it more than Castle Crush or Rush Royale. So, and Brawl Stars definitely seems like a safe pick for growing the channel. I just want to make sure I could still do kind of like creative videos with it, because that's what I really feel like I'm best at. I'm not usually the best competitive player. I wasn't the best competitive player in Castle Crush by any means. And I kind of feel like in Rush Royale, though, more of the focus is around being competitive, and there aren't quite as many options for being creative, maybe. There certainly are some more creative decks I can do, but yeah, I do think that Brawl Stars... I really like how often Brawl Stars has events and is updated, and it feels quite good. So I'm pushing up here to 10,000 trophies. And that last match was actually with Amber, but I ended up losing that one. Amber's probably one of my favorite brawlers, even in Heist, but especially in Brawl Ball, just because she is still very good. And I really think that it's just Amber's combination of just her range and her damage output is just a lot to deal with. I do think that her super definitely takes a little bit more effort than other supers, and maybe that helps to kind of balance her out, because it definitely takes a little bit more effort to use it right. And it's always a question in Brawl Ball of, you know, should I use her super or should I save it for shooting the ball with? And because her super is actually quite good at controlling areas, so from that perspective, definitely is a choice sometimes. So for the last part of this push here, I decided to play with Penny because I didn't have that many trophies with her, and I quickly realized that actually she wasn't that bad for Heist, especially on this map, because what I could do was I could just kind of set up my cannon behind those sort of trees and barrels up there, and then it would do a pretty good job of shooting my opponents without them being able to shoot me as easily. And I also realized that Penny can control this sort of middle lane here really easily, especially if she gets up to the middle. She can really hammer the enemies as they walk through that middle lane. Especially with like auto aiming, I don't even have to really manually aim if they're going right through the middle. She gets a lot of hits on opponents. And here we go, finally getting some damage. The other spot I found good for the cannon was that little corner over there, somewhere in the grass where they couldn't see it. That time Amber got on top of it, which is sometimes why I liked putting it back a little bit farther, because then I could basically prevent them from being able to get to it if I stood in the middle and put it behind those trees. So that worked out well too, because sometimes it would actually shoot the safe. So that was pretty good. And yeah, had pretty decent success with Penny and Heist, actually. Heist and Brawl Ball are probably my two favorite game modes, for sure, in Brawl Stars. Just because I do feel like there's a lot of different strategies for them depending on what map I'm playing on. Like, the layout of the map greatly impacts what type of strategies and what brawlers I might want to employ. But it still generally does, you know, work best with brawlers that can deal a fair amount of damage. Although it's possible to sort of play defense too with certain brawlers. Although I do think for trying to gain trophies quick, I prefer playing like an offensive brawler in Heist, because if you play too much defense in either Heist or Brawl Ball, it can sometimes work against you versus just trying to go for raw damage output. So as you can see, I've been working on my brawlers a fair bit. and gonna keep working on them. But I gotten almost all of them to rank 10. There's just like 5 or 6 left to go that need to get to rank 10. Although I'm hardly doing that really just off video, mostly because I know it's not the most interesting content. There's a gazillion videos of people just ranking up in Brawl Stars on YouTube, and that's not very original. So that's partly why I was just sort of doing that on my own time and unlocking brawlers on my own time. And then I figured I would try to get to some more unique stuff in the actual videos, maybe. But yeah, this one is a sort of ranking up video because I needed to just get back into making Brawl Stars content, and I kind of just needed some practice and some momentum at it. So, a little hint of what is to come, hopefully. So yeah, very good luck here in Heist with Penny. Was actually enjoying playing her quite a bit. Didn't realize that she was going to be so enjoyable in Heist as a game mode, or at least on the specific map. But I'm curious to try her on other Heist maps as well now. Some brawlers just end up being better on certain maps than others because they just have specific spots that just work well for them. And that's what I kind of discovered here, was that Penny works really, really well in the middle lane on this map. And, or at least at my sort of trophy level she did, which wasn't very high, but she can just really control that middle lane with her high damage projectiles. Honestly, I think any brawler that has high damage could probably control the middle lane pretty well, just because people get bottlenecked going through there, and you can just wipe them out pretty easily, especially if you have good range as well. So not too many more trophies to go here. 9934 trophies. So we just got like 60 some trophies, 66 trophies to go. And I'm gonna keep going with the heist game mode. Again, since Penny is one of my lower trophy brawlers, made sense to try and push her up, especially since I discovered that she seemed pretty proficient on this map, and I was having good success with her. When you find something that works, you just keep going with it. So that's exactly what I did. And this was working out quite well here, racking up some easy trophies. And they were just getting pinned down, and as you can see, putting my cannon where I put it there behind those trees and barrels, they couldn't really seem to shoot it very easily, and it just sort of did damage to them, assuming that I could control that middle area. Then they got sort of stuck in there on their side, and that seemed to work pretty well on a repeat basis. So 9963, still going at it here. Not too many more trophies, like 37 now to go. So let's jump back in and try to get this figured out. So as you can see again here, just going straight up the middle, and Penny's fairly effective. Just putting down the cannon, just having good success with this. Good success here, just playing right up the middle. And then it's just a matter of time, you know? We just push them back, basically, and then I usually get in some shots on their safe, and my cannon gets in some shots on the safe too, perhaps, and that gives us a good advantage. I can just auto-aim because if they're running right at you, you can usually auto-aim. The issue with auto-aim is mostly when they're moving side to side. That's when there becomes an issue with it, because when they're just running right at you, you don't really need to track them at all. So auto-aim actually works like just fine if they're running straight at you, usually. So I'm able to just use auto-aim pretty effectively right up the middle here. And just putting my cannon back where it needs to be. And then we're just chipping away at their safe. Definitely this is more of like a chipping away strategy. It's not so much like just going straight in for the win. But even if we just play defense from here on out, we're probably still good to get the win. So I'm thinking about, do I want to play defense? Do I want to try to get my cannon down Again, yeah, I decided to put it back in the same spot since that was working out well. Ooh, and more free shots on the safe. And sometimes it works even better to just drag them away from where my cannon is. And that can be good too. I didn't realize there was an obstacle over there on that left side, but now I did kind of realize that. So I was hiding behind that a little bit. And 2%, we're going to take this thing down, and that's going to be it. And we'll win either way, so picking up another W. There it is. And what is it going to put me at? 9971. Making some progress. So Penny has worked out well in terms of getting some of these remaining trophies, and it should be pretty quick to get the last ones here. Looks like I'm going to get to 10k pretty easily, but I think it helps that I have basically almost all of the brawlers. I'm only missing Stu and Frank at this point. And Frank shouldn't be too hard to get, but I would certainly like to get him because he seems pretty good in, well, a number of game modes, but especially in, like, say, Brawl Ball, for example, especially on some of these maps where they have, like, barriers in front of the goal. Obviously, Frank can break those down, which is pretty invaluable, and he can also just run the ball in because he's a tank. So, yeah, I'd be interested to certainly get Frank and complete my collection. Should be getting Stu here pretty soon. And Stu seems interesting. I'm going to be curious to try out Stu and just kind of see what he's all about and which game modes might be best in. So that should be fun. It's probably one of the things I like the best about Brawl Stars. It's just that because they have so many different brawlers, there's so many different potential playstyles, and especially between the star powers and the gadgets, there's a lot of different ways that you can play the game, and I'm always a big fan of that in most games. It just keeps me coming back for more. So definitely appreciate that Brawl Stars caters to a lot of different playstyles. And yes, so we are getting closer to picking this one up. Pretty close. And we should win this regardless, I think, because they're at 6%. Just need to stop Byron, who's over there, and we got it done. So, yay. How many do we have left? All right, so 9979. Let's keep it going. Might skip a couple of matches here just to speed up the progress. But it seems like I should get it pretty easily. So there was another win in Heist with Penny. And that one brings us up to 9995. And probably like one more match should get the job done. So let's take on Heist one more time. Heist is a match, is a game mode I really like because it can go pretty quickly, kind of like Brawl Ball. Other times it can go the distance, but just kind of depends. And I felt like I had the strategy with Penny kind of figured out, so I was trying to continue to run what seemed to be working. So, yes. I should be posting a little bit more Castle Crush 2, maybe. But I will be trying to focus more, I think, on Brawl Stars because I would like to eventually focus in on a particular game, and Brawl Stars definitely seems like a good one to focus on. And since I've bothered to go out and get basically almost all the brawlers, I would like to take advantage of that and try to focus on creative videos. I have kind of an idea of what I'm going to go for, but definitely going to try and go for some more crazy or creative type videos, since that's usually my thing. And let's get some shots in here on their safe. We have a good lead in this match as well. 34 to 86. And it looks like we're going to pick this one up down to 27%. And this should be the final match that I'm going to need here in order to unlock Stu and reach 10k trophies. Almost got it. And there it is. There it is, guys. 10,000 trophies has been achieved, and we've unlocked Stu. There we go. New Brawler unlocked. Let's I guess, see what it is. And I'm happy that I was able to do this and get a bunch of my brawlers up to at least rank 10 or higher, trying to take advantage of those easy trophies. So here is Stu, one of our only remaining brawlers, and now we are just down to Frank as our only brawler that we do not have. So yeah, should be able to push my trophies up quite a bit with this number of brawlers, and pretty excited about that. That was a little bit of a grind, not gonna lie, but I got it done there. 1,503 3 versus 3 victories. Haven't even tried solo showdown or duo showdown. Literally did it all on 3v3. So it was a bit of a grind, but I got it done. But then I look at other people with like 20,000 trophies and I'm like, all right, new grind. But I'm probably going to take it a little bit easier on the way up with that one, because I know that a lot of the sort of competitive type videos have been done. So I'm probably going to focus in more on some creative style videos. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments and what other types of content I should create. Maybe subscribe if you're new to my channel. And thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.